you watched this channel before, I went on a rant about Reddit stories in one of my videos, and I knew they were fake back then, but you know, they were pretty entertaining. At first, at least. 2 years later, all the stories are virtually the same and I'm pretty sick of them. They all start the same. They always goes along the lines like, "Hi, I'm Carl, 28 meters, and my wife, Jenny, 25 feet, had the picture-perfect marriage, or so I thought. I'm gonna use my credit card. Oh gosh, I hope this milk is dairy-free." And then proceeds to talk about how he finds out how she cheated on him with his stepdad's plug or some bullshit like that. And then he throws himself into work, starts going to the gym, becomes Sigma, and feels free because he wasn't hurt by the cheating and only gave him clarity. Jenny comes back, eventually comes to beg for what they had, and Carl says, "No, I found someone new who values me for who I am," and they live happily ever after. And every single one of those stories go along those lines. Maybe the relationships change or the characters change, the scenario, and that's pretty much it. It's always everything was normal, then there's a tire fire, and then clarity, and then someone becomes a top floor boss. Honestly, 50% of the stories just pander to angry, miserable people and get a reaction out of them. At night, I might have spent $50 in total just to sit in the front of the theater and hear some dude yell "chicken jockey" every 5 seconds. Like, dude, say it 5 more times. It'll be more funnier this time, I promise. I already hear my credit card shedding tears of doom and despair. Alright, I'm just gonna get straight into the video. Getting into watching or playing sports can be a very magical experience. We all enjoy many aspects of sports, like the competitive nature, showing dominance on somebody else, and the joy of being part of a collaborative group, I suppose. Meme pages promoting their pages, leaving panties in the grocery store, or interviewing their younger siblings about how does it feel like that your older sister has OnlyFans. Like, I don't think they just do this for fun. It's obviously an advertising tactic to get people to feel some kind of way. And a lot of the subscribers are married. Like, go hug your wife. You don't need to do all this. This video wouldn't be complete without mentioning the great tragedy of 111. I think most people know about the Gunicides, so I don't have to explain too much, but this could have all been prevented if he as well just stayed home and hugged his wife. When I was buying AirPods, they were like $200. Like 10 sets of rubber is gonna kill your profits. Like the case is the size of my hand. I don't want to buy a freaking $15 rubber case for my pods.
Believe it or not, these golly gummies are actually crazy. They literally make your dingling way more bigger.
Telling me to take ashwagandha, consume apple cider vinegar and chia seeds, and then blaming everything on cortisol and bad gut health. I'm not no doctor, but maybe, just maybe, your magic
capsule that I should get on sale on TikTok shop
is not going to solve my problem. Now, more recently, the stuff he says about Kendrick seems to be for attention. I get his new fans are insufferable. Valentine. For example, this right here reinforces dead internet theory. Like, these are not real people. No shot. And he has a big audience. There are people that relate and resonate with his content, which is ridiculous because this shit is so unserious. Like, what makes you need to see Ben Shapiro break down the lyrics to Pound Town? I get why a kid would non-stop watch this stuff. They'll consume anything. And it's not like all parents are keeping full tabs on what their kids watch. Like they see AI Mr. Beast and don't bat an eye because, you know, it's not IG Reels at least. As they go on Facebook to watch an AI cat cook a filet mignon or something. That's the problem right there. Meme pages promoting their pages, leaving panties in the grocery store, or interviewing their younger siblings about how does it feel like that your older sister has OnlyFans. Like, I don't think they just do this for fun. It's obviously an advertising tactic to get people to feel some kind of way. And a lot of the subscribers are married. Like, go hug your wife. You don't need to do all this. For 2 or 3 months, and then went back to school, and then Cock Big 19 happened. And just like that, the job for next summer was gone. I was like, it can't be. It's too soon. I was just getting started. I didn't even adopt my blue-collar personality. I didn't get to make fun of someone for working with computers or something. Like, you think working with those gadgets is hard? Try and busting your back at the oil rig for 12 hours. Your job has air conditioning? What are you, a fucking Democrat? 15-minute break, this new generation, son. Try 15 seconds and back to welding you go. Woo! Damn, those fucking Chinese bats, they took our job. I was feeling so patriotic, I ended up getting hired at American Eagle. Man, one of the top 5 worst things that ever happened to me. And you know, these are some pretty commendable achievements, doing all this while dealing with the challenges that were thrown at him. So he graduated, he blew up on TikTok, he's 18, he's good to be independent. Functioning member of society, keep rolling with his life, am I right? No! When he started using random items, it did get a little silly, but at the same time, these service workers get trash pay. Hey, I ain't trying to give any ideas, but yeah.
They don't want to get
giddy about toaster pay. I do feel for them, so overall, it's a pretty poor use of free will, because they just gotta take it. Life just went on, you know? And that takes me to a crisp fall day in 2018, when life was all fine and dandy, right? Just a sophomore in high school doing my own thing, and me and my friend just randomly started talking about anime, and I was looking back at the shows I watched, and I told him how I didn't really know jack about it, and this was before 2020, before watching anime was cool. So I was putting trust in my friend's hands that he would bless me with a classic, a series that would birth a new interest, a show that I will never forget that introduced me to the fandom that I know today. And I'll just say, I never did forget. To the big leagues. But my breaking point was some random Sunday. I was closing and I had to organize the zone I was in, and that's it. It would be over at 9 p.m. I would leave, or so I thought. The closing manager was being super weird. They were counting the money at the front of the store, and I'm like a good 20, 30 feet from them, and I had to ask a question, and they were like, stay away from me, stay away from the register. Like I was gonna come up, take all the money, beat them up, and take their valuables. Like, damn, I ain't that bad. And after 5 minutes or so, they tell me to go fix the back of the store, and it was looking pretty rough. I have a video right here. It was like 8:50. I'm like, all right, I'll do this for like 10 minutes, and I'm leaving. In those 10 minutes, they vanish, and I'm stuck folding these clothes till 11:30. It's just me, them, and 2 other people. One of the coworkers eventually started looking for the manager, and they found him in the back of the store crying. Why are you crying? That should be me! And after that, I was just figuring out when I was gonna quit. Maybe you want to compromise with that, you know? Comfy recliners, maybe I'll spend a little extra. $20 is a little pricey, but you know, we can move on with that. But why is a drink and popcorn just as much as the ticket? Am I paying someone to feed me, wipe my lips with a handkerchief on deck or something? Something is not adding up. I bought one of those exclusive popcorn buckets for the Minecraft movie, and I'm not saying I regret the purchase, because this is a one-time thing. I'm never buying one of those exclusives. Hello. But everything reminds me of him. Wear green for Nautica. Not all heroes wear pants. So we will speak on the good and bad aspects of playing and watching sports. Well, mostly watching them. Because if it wasn't obvious already, I don't play sports as much as I used to. I'm a free agent. And if I was in the league, I wouldn't be making these videos. I'd be posting light-skin ass videos on my Instagram story, smoking cigars with my 1500 Cartier frames on my yacht. But we all know that's a pipe dream. But hey, if you subscribe and like the video, maybe that could become reality. Please. If you send a message to one of these creators, you could be talking dirty to a motherfucker like this. Or you could be talking to an AI chatbot if you like getting freaky with the robots. For example, this 4 million subscriber channel right here has 400 million views, only posts shorts, and this short in specific is about a dog saving a baby from a plane. Clearly there is no thought put into this video. What kind of prompt do you put in to get something like this? It's like 6-7 seconds of wondering and then you get this slop. Traditional news and social media covering issues that subsequently help cover up other things. Deaths of famous people and people arguing whether you should like them or hate them. The stupid Sydney Sweeney commercial people are debating about. If you're defending these people, fanboying over them, you're an idiot. And if you're going after people thinking your comment is going to change people's minds, you're also an idiot. These conversations are just a waste of time. No one's reflecting over a comment section. I don't know if people can grasp that. The last anime I'm going to talk about has a peculiar kind of fan base, and the show is pretty popular, and it's had only 1 season, and its people have been waiting and begging for a second season for over 10 years. And honestly, I hope that day never comes. And I'm talking about No Game No Life. This show is utter dog shit. The premise. The idea itself is good. The vision is good and original. For an isekai, it's pretty elite. 2 basement dwellers brought into a world where all disagreements and land disputes are decided by games, 16 races, and the human race is the only one not having magic. And that's where all the good ends for this show. This show is built for degenerates, and you can't really gloss over anything. You got the incest dynamic between Sora and Shiro, the 2 main characters. The unnecessary amount of fan service and the way Sora and Shiro win all their battles is utter bullshit. There's no skill or anything behind it. A lot of plot holes with everything being resolved with the incest pair being OP. A game world with way too much fan service, unnecessary bath scenes. I wonder what kind of person would write and watch a masterpiece like this. Well. Being this good of a lapdog, I guess you're not so much of a good goy if you tend to question the government, but facts are cool with him as long as they support his agenda. Anyways, he's not lame, he's just a hard-hearted guy, right?
A serious condition that requires the care of a doctor. Fortunately, I know a doctor, who's my wife, and
even if you consider commentary, low effort, bottom of the barrel content, you still have to research, script, and edit, which takes hours and days. YouTube might as well hire people to produce AI content for them, if it only takes up to 30 minutes to produce a video 2 to 5 minutes long. I'm not trying to give him any ideas, but that's just how simple it is. Seeing a grown man get a bunch of hecklers to go to a kid's basketball game because of a hate DM puts a smile on my face. You know, there was some heart, some soul put into that. That's for the love of the game!
Very happy. I feel like justice was served. I've been to a few of his parties, and there's been nothing but generosity and positivity, and I've never seen anything negative ever.
This person had to be a plant. Just in general, who wakes up and says, yeah, I'm gonna go pull up to the courthouse and stand there for hours? It's a fucking Wednesday, go to work. But hey, maybe they dream too of attending a Diddy party with the ultimate women respecters like Jared Leto and Chris Brown. BS STEM player. I pray to God no one paid $200 to listen to Out of Prime Yeah. In ball terms, that's like spending $500 on an exclusive TV package to watch Wizards MJ. Like, you gotta be sick in the head to be doing something like that. And that's what Kanye Meat Riders are today. Like, $300 for Celtic Shaq. Sign me up right now. And everyone's got their different uses for it, but the staying power of the iPhone is its format. It's simple, convenient, and honestly, that's all we know. Yeah, I'm not speaking French. We only know how to navigate iPhones. People don't like change. As much as people used to make jokes about Androids, how much of us have actually owned one? We see their doo-doo cameras and the fact that they're not able to FaceTime, and that's it. We wouldn't even consider switching to another device. And that gives Apple free reign to price gouge the shit out of their phones and all their other products, because they know no matter what they mass produce, there will always be a line of people to buy. That's where I draw the line as a consumer. He's walking down the red carpet with his wife, and she's in nothing but a jacket. She drops her jacket and it's nothing but net. And ass. If my memory serves me right, and it's not dog shit, I've never seen someone wear something this see-through, or this revealing, you know? I had to go do research to see if this was like a common fashion choice. And I saw something, like this is an actual quote. Like, chills bro, chills. Right guys. Anthony Edwards also has a better playoff career than Joel Embiid. You can tell how dominant Anthony Edwards has been in the playoffs, numbers-wise and the eye test. And you could see a player that can take over games and win for their team as the number one option. When has Joel Embiid ever done that? Oh wait, never! He flops like a fish, cries for MVP, has close to Shaq's size but plays like a guard. Like, what? The worst part is he provides no value to these streams. He doesn't do anything. He's the guy who gets an A+ on the project and doesn't do shit. The motherfucker's the Tony Snell of streaming. This bum has no personality. All he does is encourage Josh to participate in destructive behavior. Eggs him on to drink, takes him gambling, like, you know, spins it around for Josh to make it sound like it's gonna be a fun time, but these are behaviors he should not be consistently participating in. He can't comprehend how bad these decisions are, but claims to be his mentor and friend, but all he does is make sure the camera is rolling. And this guy is getting carried by Josh. Like, his page without Josh, no one gives a fuck what this guy does. His 10 yes men talking about like some quitting bro, like who do you think you are? You're not a celebrity. Like, this guy is making mottos and selling cameos, like you didn't even make it yet, little bro. I'm a small creator. This costing more than a new gen Xbox, a better performing console, is ridiculous. This is like not reasonable at all. I hope people understand this and not sell out during pre-orders. I guess no one cares about games being $80 no more. It's not surprising just because Nintendo did this, but this is also the highest anticipated console release in 5 years or so, and his flight logs still haven't been fully released. Every couple of months, news outlets will hype it up like an album of the decade is gonna drop or something. And it's a new year, so we have another female rapper who's in this year's spotlight. I don't really have a strong opinion on Doechii, but people can't act like her being mainstream is the worst thing to mankind, when we had Sexy Red at her peak legit a year or two ago. Anxiety is not good for the ears, don't get me wrong, but you cannot tell me you're picking Ice Spice's scat fetish over her. Yeah, remember her? I forgot to mention my side hustle as a product exporter for a multi-million-dollar company, which is no big deal cause I prefer to keep that under wraps.
Steven here.